Capture the objectives.
All right, how we doing, folks? It's your boy Marcos kicking it off here. Wasteland Wednesday, slowly losing our voice because of the excessive cold that has penetrated the northeast of the country. Hopefully I don't get sick, though. I ain't got time to get sick, son. Look at my work schedule. I don't got time to get sick. I barely got enough time to pee or eat. Those are basic life functions. And being sick is definitely not one of them. What I want to talk today is a little bit of strategery, a little strategy, a little bit of what we do over here in this life. And by the way, this is one of my favorite maps in Ghost so far. Really like the dynamic of this map. Bravo is a bitch, and everything else is pretty tough as well. And it's just cool. I really like how this map's laid out. I like the different kind of environments you got here. I love the high lows. This is one up there is one of my favorite maps. Anyway, I'm gonna run these guys with classes I've been using lately, man. And you know, some of the things that I felt have worked for me, some that haven't. Obviously, running away from the sniper with his back towards you, that's definitely not worked for me. That kind of just hurt right there. Ouch. So there's a couple things, and this isn't necessarily one of my classes that I've been using. I was just kind of trying stuff out over here. But there's a couple things I've kind of stabilized myself in, and, you know, a little bit of a routine, shall you say, what I like to do and what I think are must-haves for me personally. The gun part is the least important part to me, honestly. I've been using a combination of the AK, the MSNBC, that SGC, whatever gun you get at the beginning. Those have been kind of my three primary assault rifles I played around with. I used a little bit of the one, the white one that comes with like the red line of sight on it already. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I think Garrick told me that he was. I'm not feeling that gun. The MSBC, this guy is probably the one I've had the best results with, even though it's suppressed AK. I do pretty good damage with that as well. But the gun to me is the least important because you're not alive long enough for the gun to be too much of a factor. Obviously, it's still important. That Trinity rocket right there, that thing just hurt my back. But to me, it's not as important as say it was maybe in a World at War kind of game where the MP40. There was a very noticeable difference that if you weren't using MP40, you better be smart because you damn sure don't got anything else going for you. Pop that dude over there, and this guy, I'm like, listen, man, I don't know what you're looking at. You should be looking at your friend over here dying, but thank you that you're not. I was trying to clap this dude, and he managed to turn on me. I thought that one burst would be enough. Now, in terms of tactical and lethals, I'm still using the C4. I use the IEDs, and, you know, some nights I feel they're the best creation that God has ever made. And other nights, I feel that they're an abomination. I really don't have that much of an explanation for it. If you look at it, you know, if you look at one of like the tip videos or something, their blast radius isn't really that big. It's actually pretty small. Now, well placed, obviously you'd pin somebody down in them. I feel here's how it goes. I feel that when I'm blowing this kill right here, I'm like, come on, I just completely exposed myself. Probably gonna die against this dude. And I throw C4, I'm like, you're still alive? Get him through the wall, no worries. We ain't got no worries. Don't in my face, cause we ain't got no worries. I said Tucci right here. Now I'm being shot down here. I'm like, where are you, you evil little person? He managed to get me right there. That top part's so difficult to hold down. But if you hold it down, man, you can put some serious work on this. I heard someone thinking Charlie. I'm like, nah, come on. So that's just disrespectful. I just spawned right here. But thank you for the cap. I appreciate that. The ID, you know, I feel when I hear an ID go off, it's as good as me dying. I hear the beep, 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 and I'm dead. Like, there's nothing I could do. I guess I maybe just don't lay them well enough because people survive my IEDs all the time. Sometimes, but other nights, like, they kill them. So I'm still a little bit iffy on the IED and what I'm going to do with that. I use the C4. That's, you know, kind of my main go-to. Gotta use the C4 if I don't use the IED. I'm still very comfortable with it. I still think it gets you out of a lot of situations, a lot of angles where only the C4 could tackle. I think maybe, you know, the grenade, the Semtex, if you've always been a grenade guy, you keep that as well. I use Semtexes and the Semtex. I mean, that's nothing new. Those things kind of don't change. They're about as strong as they've been, you know, in the past couple COD games. Nothing too crazy. Not COD 4 strong, where, you know, it was wild, but, you know, now you kind of have to equip that. Was Danger Close is the one that allows you. And I'm hearing somebody up here, and yep, I blew myself up. Man, that's embarrassing to me and my loved ones. Knifed. Golly, this is a brutal game. Why did I pick this for Wasteland Wednesday? I better turn it up, son. Turn it up, son. Trace Atkins, good song right there. Where it gets interesting to me is the perks. And I think that's where this game is, where you're really going to differentiate your classes and where you're really going to differentiate what kind of style you're playing from. Just not so much the gun. I mean, the guns can differentiate as well, you know, with the submachine guns or shotguns. I'll get into those variations that I got going on right now. But the perks is really what stands out to me as where I make my things different, things that I carry on to every class. So, sleight of hand is one that I use probably in most of my classes. Sleight of hand is something that I need in my life. And literally, like, I need it in my life. Like, if I could somehow get sleight of hand in my life, it would be so much better. Not that I'm reloading all the time, but you can manage just having sleight of hand just to, like, you know, grab stuff up quicker and all that nonsense. And this guy posture right there. I was like, come on, man, I was going to give him the turn, but I can't live long enough to turn. So sleight of hand, yeah, that's a must. I don't use it on my AK class. I do use it on MSPC class. C4 is getting stuck everywhere, man. It's a bad start of the game. Playing some Domination, by the way, if you haven't captured the idea. And I hope I get a heater here soon, because or else I'm just going to destroy this video. Because, God, I've been just getting murdered over here. Slide your way out of there, Marcos. Good call. So sleight of hand's a must. Amplify is a must. Like, I just don't even play without Amplify. I mean, hearing people is so crucial to this game and to my success in this game so far. I mean, there's countless times, like right here, where I kind of paused myself and I was like, I know I hear him. I know that they're spawning still somewhere around here, and Sniper God just laid me out. Oh, Dios mío. That's just some nasty stuff. So yeah, Amplify is a must. Dead Silence, I kind of go in between whether you use it or not. I mean, so basically Dead Silence, I mean, if you hear how loud you are compared to other people, and that's a Black Ops 2 man right there. Black Ops 2, that C4 would have killed them. No, Ghost, no way do I get enough time to throw that C4. And, you know, that's just stuff that you gotta learn. And even though I did kill myself right there, I still try the same C4 toss. I gotta improve, you gotta get better. You gotta make mistakes, learn from them, and keep moving forward, children. And this dude, I'm like, you gotta die, bro. Like, you've been there way too long, putting way too much damage. And I'm like, alright, we'll lose the C, or we'll get him C back, whatever. I'm gonna get Alpha. Who cares? We gotta come back anyway. We're down a couple here. We need a cap, and I need the points more importantly. Or real rightfully importantly, you know, I'm all about winning as well. So Dead Silence is kind of it's wishy-washy whether I use it or not. In this class, I am using it. Sometimes I don't use it. It doesn't really so much depend on, you know, my best determination for Dead Silence, whether you want to use it or not, is see how competitive the lobby is. You know, if you keep seeing how people just keep turning on you, you're kind of like, how did this guy see me? Well, he probably heard you. He probably didn't see you. I like to keep it on just in case, and I also like to keep it on just to augment the effects of Amplify, so I don't get my own footsteps confused with other people's footsteps. I still struggle with differentiate the footsteps and where exactly that noise is coming from. So that helps me in that regard as well. One perk that I really like, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's whatever one, resistance maybe? Whichever one allows you to jump and not get fall damage, crucial. I mean, that was something that used to be equipped in lightweight. Now it's in this one perk. It's only 1.2, so normally if I always have a spare point over, I use that one because it's so clutch. The fact that you can just jump out somewhere and not get hurt. You don't think about fall damage being an issue until A, it happens to you, and B, like you'll notice it when you don't have it. So like, you know, when you're playing with it on, and all of a sudden you start falling, you're like, ah, whatever, it's cool. But when you don't have it, like the next game, and you fall and you get hurt, and then you get popped, and you're like, oh shit, like yeah, that was kind of an important thing. I can see why that is so useful. Hardline is one that I have in all my classes. I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet where I could drop. You know, that extra kill, or that extra less of a kill, to me is really important. Check out this flashbang right there. The flashbang kill, and I'm pissed because I'm like, I'm not going to get this damn maniac. He's a maniac. Maniac on the floor. So, I threw the C4 over there. Oh no, my chopper got on, I was going to say. There we go. We got the maniac. Got a nice little streak right there. But I feel very much more comfortable with the perk on, and my knife is just deplorable. With the hardline on. That one kill, I understand. Here's basically the thesis statement on using hardline, not using it. People don't use hardline because they say to themselves, well, I'm not going to use hardline because I'd rather use just another perk that allows me to get more kills. And that way, you know, I don't need hardline. Nah, I'd rather use hardline and have to get just one less kill, period, and throw the tomahawk on this dude. And I had no idea I had a tomahawk, and then all of a sudden I found out, and I'm like, oh, say word, so we gotta have a ball-ass time. I didn't know this guy came with a tomahawk. That thing's awesome. Or whatever they call it, combat axe, or throwing knife, or whatever they call in this game. Except I missed that dude over there. I'm not too good with it, but hey, it's a pretty fun time. The Maniac's a really fun time as well, even though I didn't last too long with it. But you play that right, it's just good. The only bad part is that comes in a care package. But we'll get to kill streaks in a second. This dude's trying to cap Charlie. I'm like, man, I don't care how many slippy slideys you doing, you're gonna be dying. So the hardline is something you gotta weigh in. I've always been a hardline kind of guy. I always like using hardline until, you know, honestly, I probably use hardline until like June or July, and then maybe I'll take it off. But until then, I'm probably gonna use it, or until I feel I need something more. And the last perk that I always like to use is ping. Ping is great. Ping is the recon that we don't have. It basically, when you shoot somebody, a motion sensor kind of thing goes off, and it also makes a noise. Noise is crucial because it's kind of like a text message noise, like an iPhone thing, almost to a certain extent, except this is letting you know, boop, there's somebody around here. You are in some trouble. You can see right there that ping went off right around when I killed that guy. It's really good. It's really useful. I can see it being a little bit pain in the ass if you get easily distracted and you want to be staring up at the map. That's fair as well. But ping to me, yeah, that's a plus. And with the combination of amplify, ping, and dead silence, I feel I'm really putting over here a good amount of trying to identify where people are, trying to get them before they know where I am. And in terms of kill streaks, I mean, this varies a lot depending on the game mode and whatnot, but my go-to guys in the assault package, which is the only one I've actually used, to tell you the truth, is the IMS, the Huey, and the Chopper. In this game, for example, I went a little bit more ham bone, so I decided to put on the Huey, the Maniac. My only issue with the Maniac, I love the Maniac. The Maniac is really fun and it's a really good time, is that it comes in a damn care package. As you saw, I died there. I might have lost that thing, and then I would have had nothing to show for my 10 kills in a row. So be cautious in terms of the Maniac. And also another thing about hardline, sorry, I just remember that because of the 10 kills in a row. It also counts for assists, and I get a ton of assists, so I like having the hardline, so my assists actually mean something more than just assist anything. 50 and 20, gotta cut down on those deaths a lot, but it is still a bust 2KD. It's a pretty good game over here at Domination. We dominated my boy Jay down there as well. Hope you guys have a great Wednesday, everybody.